Hey, it's me, Doom and Gloom, or the final boss of Bad Vibes, or you can just call me Patrick. For those of you who are new, I figured I'm going to do something a little bit differently. I've been a TV producer for 20 years. I've worked on shows like The Amazing Race, Big Brother, Naked and Afraid, and a bunch of other series you may have never heard of. I've been set on fire, I have been hung from buildings, and while many of us kind of now know that Hollywood is contracting significantly and the industry is hurting, not many people were talking about this time last year. People think of producers and sometimes you think of like mahogany desks or some dude lighting a cigar with a $100 bill. But in unscripted, we're there in the trenches with the crews. I'm there with camera, I'm there with sound, I'm there with set design. I know these people, they're my friends. I know their families, I know their kids. I've seen them struggle over the last 2 years. I can't tell you how many friends and colleagues I've seen lose their houses. I had one friend who won an Emmy and then went on to continue making a DoorDash delivery. We're selling inherited heirlooms in order to pay their bills. At the worst of it, I lost 2 colleagues to suicide. The genesis of talking about the film and TV industry is so that people who work in production can have a better understanding of what this industry is doing. So at this point, it's best to help figure out how to navigate it. And if you are still in this industry, to make that pivot or to switch up to something new or to evolve with it. We have been bloodied, bruised, and so for many of us to see the industry contract, it's actually a form of grief. And you can see the different stages of grief amongst different people who work in this industry. There are people who are in denial, who don't believe this industry is fundamentally changing. There are people who are angry. I see it in my comment section. There are people that are willing to barter, to devalue themselves, who want to take a lesser paycheck just to stay in the game. And then finally, there are people that have reached a level of acceptance of saying, okay, well, it's a brave new world out there. Time to grab it by the horns and make something of it. And we as storytellers grew up in this industry. We love movies. We love television shows. It's why we got into it. Unfortunately, we are in a position where people that fund these programs can no longer see the vision. But if you know anything about artists and creatives, that's not going to stop them. So come with me as we explore this journey together. I don't believe that Hollywood is dead, but I do believe a new Hollywood is emerging. And it's the one that we all want to work in. As always, would love to hear your thoughts.